Hi guys, I'm Kinsey. I'm a student at McNeese University, and I created this lesson on overlapping and movement for first and second graders. Okay, so in this lesson, we will be introduced to the concept of overlapping and the principle of movement, and we're going to design and create our own caterpillars using these concepts. Oh, I also have a buddy. I would like y'all to meet Katie the caterpillar. She's a friendly caterpillar who is going to help me teach you today. She's saying, "Hello, I'm Katie, and I love sitting on leaves, and I can't wait to see what you're going to learn today." Okay, so what is overlapping? Overlapping is when an object is placed in front of another. It creates the illusion of depth. So real fast, I want you to take your hands. I want you to put your right hand flat on the table or on the ground, wherever you are, and put your left hand on top of that hand. Your left hand is covering up, hiding away some of your right hand, so your left hand is overlapping your right hand. Overlapping makes it seem like the object in the back is further away than the object in front of it. So the triangle is behind the rectangle. So the rectangle is overlapping the triangle. Katie is saying that she sort of gets it. She may need some more help, so that's why I am going to show y'all some examples right now. So our first example is some fish. The big fish is being overlapped by two smaller fish. So the two smaller fish are in front of the big fish in the picture. Image number 2 are some birds. We have an orange bird who is overlapping the purple and red striped bird because you can't see the stripes where the orange bird is. And then behind the purple and red striped bird is that blue bird, blue-headed bird. So the blue bird is in the very far back, and then the purple and red stripe is overlapping that one. And then the orange bird is overlapping both of them. And I also gave y'all some real life pictures so you can see in real life how objects are overlapping each other. So picture number 3 is what we started off with, and it's the really big rock with the little rock in front of it. The little rock is overlapping part of the big boulder behind it. And then image number 4 is a shed, and the shed is overlapping the trees behind it because you can't see the trees behind it. Okay, so I want y'all to grab your Draw With Me handout. I had to take off part of the top of it so you could see the whole handout on one screen. So I want you to grab your handout, I want you to grab a pencil and an eraser. So I'm going to go through the steps with you, and then I want y'all to fill it out afterwards, okay? So on my screen, right here are the finished images that we're going to have on our step 4. So we're going to go to step 1 first, and we're going to draw the first shape, which is the circle that I had for the example. And then step number 2 is to draw your second shape, which behind it is the triangle. So I drew the triangle, and then step 3 is to just draw the two shapes together. It's okay if you cut into each other, it's okay. So you're going to draw the circle and the triangle like I did. And then step 4 is to erase the lines of your second shape that overlaps the first shape. So it's going to match the finished picture up on the top. So you're going to erase the bit of triangle that's inside the circle. Okay, so that's the steps, and that's what I want y'all to do. So I want y'all to practice that in the middle column and the last column. So the middle column is a circle with a rectangle, and the last column is a rectangle with a triangle. So I'm going to give y'all some time to do that right now. Okay, and I'm going to count down. After I count down, if you're not finished, I want you to pause the video so that you can finish and you can't take a sneak peek of the answers, okay? So I'm going to count down from 3, 2.5, 2, 1.5, 1, half, 0. Pause it. Pause it right now so you can't sneak. No sneaking. Pause it. Okay. So, this is the finished. So, for the middle column, we had the circle and the rectangle, and then we drew it together, and then you erased parts of the rectangle in step 4 because the circle is overlapping the rectangle. And then in the last column, we did the same thing, but the rectangle overlapped the triangle, so we didn't have any part of the triangle showing in the rectangle. Okay, so good job for doing that, guys. Now let's talk about movement. What is movement? Movement means the design, the artwork creates a path for your eyes to follow the art. Your eyes take a trip through the artwork. So an easy to see example of movement in a picture is to look at Katie here. If you start at her head and then work your way through, your eyes follow the circles of her body until you reach the end of her. So we kind of start with her head and we go down and we kind of have a wiggly line for her. Okay, and here is some more examples that we're going to go through. So I went through and drew some arrows to help us see where the movement in the pictures are. So let's go through with picture number 1 is a snake. The artist starts at the head and then goes to the right and kind of goes down, makes some wiggly lines, and then it curves back up again. Okay, so that one, they just wanted your eye to go all throughout the image. Image number 2, this woman, this artist, wanted to grab your eyes from the outside, from the very edge of the image, and your eyes follow the path that the fish make. So you start on the top and you follow where their heads go, and it kind of goes down into a spiral into the center of the image. And then we have Starry Night by Van Gogh for image number 3. He always has lots of movement in most of his work. So let's start with the white spiral wavy line in the background. It goes from the left side of the page to kind of like a circle spiral in the middle down to the right side. And then his tree On the bottom left, I have some arrows for it. It goes up in leading into that white wavy line. And so there's a lot of movement in that background. And then this is the great wave. And as you can tell, the wave itself is creating the movement. And then the boat on the right has that line work that brings your eye from the men on the right side down the boat up back into the wave. So here's some images that help you figure out and look and see some different visual movement within art. Okay, so activity time. You are going to need just these simple objects. You're going to need a pencil, some glue, whether it be a glue stick or a bottle, a pair of scissors, and some green construction paper. If you don't have green paper, you can have white paper with some green coloring, whether it's crayons, markers, or paint, or whatever. Pencil colors too, as long as you can color it. Okay, and also we're probably going to need an adult help cut out some paper for us soon. So let's start. I did 9 circles with one big circle. So the circles don't have to be perfect. They can be whatever size, but you just need one bigger size for its head. So do 9 circles and then one bigger circle. So go ahead and do that right now. Draw your circles. And if y'all need to pause this during the steps, y'all can at any time. And so this is when, after we draw circles, we are going to need to cut them out. And so you may need adult, or you can do it yourself. So on the right side, I have all of my circles cut out. And you can see how I still have some pencil marking, some pencil on it. We're going to flip it to the other side so you can't see the pencil marks, okay? What I mean is now I had flipped them so you can't see an end pencil. So Katie didn't know that we were doing caterpillars today, so it was kind of a surprise for her. So she's super excited. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the right side of your paper, on some white paper. And you're going to do the 9 small circles, and you're going to arrange them slightly overlapping, like a little tiny bit overlapping each other, and you're going to put the biggest circle on the left side, on the other end. So go ahead and do that right now. Okay. And if you want yours to be more flat, you can. If you want it to look kind of bumpy, like up and down, like it's walking, you can. I kind of made mine to look bumpy. Now we're going to start gluing, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start on the right side, and we're going to pick one up at a time, and we're going to glue it down. And don't forget, we still have to overlap some, okay? So I can go ahead and glue. Okay, let's see what's our next step. Oh, okay, so we get to decorate and design our own faces and feet. So now that we have everything glued, let's focus on our face right now. So let's go to the biggest circle and we need to draw two antennas. You can have it straight lined or a curved line like what I did. And you need two dots at the end. And then I drew 3 different eyes for your faces. You can do my faces, you can make your own faces, you can make a laughing face, you can make an excited face, whatever you would like. So let's focus on the faces and the antenna right now. Okay, so now if you're not finished, you can pause it. Let's move on to the legs. I have 3 different leg shapes for y'all. Y'all can do some straight legs like they're just standing up. Y'all can do some bent legs like they're walking or running. Or you can have some oval, shaded in oval-like legs like what Katie has. And you can put it on all of the little circles. I wouldn't do the face circle, but you can do it on any of the other circles or just a few. So let's focus on the legs right now. Let's do some legs first. Okay, so now we get to do some spots. Can you look on Katie and see on her upper back, on all of the little tiny circles, she has some spots, and on the top of her head? So I did 3 designs for y'all. Y'all can do different ones. Y'all can do stars or whatever you like. But I have some dots. I have some like shaded in circles. I have some diamonds that are just squares on their tippy toes on a point. Or I have some just plain circles like Katie has. So y'all can choose your own or y'all can use those. And let's color in some spots. Okay, if y'all need some more time, y'all can pause me. But if y'all are done, then great! I bet Katie would love your caterpillars. I know that y'all did a really good job because y'all are so good at this. Okay, and so that's it for our caterpillars. But before we end this, we're going to do a quick review, okay? So I know that y'all are smart. I know that you can remember this. So when I ask the question, y'all can pause it if y'all need some more time, or y'all can just go ahead and say the answer. So what is overlapping? Overlapping is when an object is placed in front of another object. And let's try movement. What is movement? Remember that movement is when the artwork creates a path for your eyes to follow in it. So, thank you guys. That's all I have for my lesson today. I hope y'all had fun making a caterpillar with me and for learning some new art stuff. Thank you guys.